Hello, wanted to let you guys know that we've got an announcement we're going to make on Monday, all right? So make sure that you're in the FlipPilot Facebook group so you can find out about what we're announcing. And hint, hint, it has something to do with when we're releasing and launching FlipPilot. So you're going to want to be in that group to make sure that you hear what we're going to be announcing on Monday. So go to Facebook if you're not already in the group and look for FlipPilot Group and request an invite so that you can be in there and be notified and find out what we're going to be talking about on Monday. The big news that we're sharing, we're looking forward to it. It's been a long time in the making, but be sure to be in that group so you can find out about that on Monday. Today, I wanted to just give you a quick feature video about tasks within FlipPilot. So a lot of investors, when you're using these systems, the best thing to do is have these tasks set up so that your team or even yourself, when you go into the system, you know what you need to do, right? What is next for me to do? What do I need to be working on? In a different feature video, I showed you guys that pipeline, right? The property pipeline where you can look at where the different properties were within your system and what stage they were at so you know what to work on when. But we also have tasks inside of FlipPilot. And the power of that is just to be able to assign tasks to people on your team or have them assign tasks to you. And you can set all that up with different permissions inside of FlipPilot. I want to show you just a task list here so that when you come into FlipPilot, typically you or your team members will have a dashboard where you can look at the tasks and appointments and things like that, but then also be able to go and move around the system and keep track of the different tasks that you have grouped by property or contact or whatever that you have in here, and be able to move around and just be able to keep that list of things that you're working on right then and there in front of you. And the beautiful thing about it is we have when things are due, you can view the task and leave notes and even mention people on your team within the notes. So if you're asking something about this task, you can mention a person on your team and they'll get a notification that you have something to say or ask about that task. And when they click on that notification, they'll be able to go over to it and respond to you. So it's very cool. You can communicate with your team about different tasks they have and all that kind of stuff. You can also set up videos for these tasks. And I love this part of it because if you set up tasks in a workflow, and we'll talk about workflows in another video, but you can essentially have your business processes documented with these videos and set to the different tasks so that whenever you hire somebody and you assign them a task inside of FlipPilot, they will have not only a description of the task they're supposed to do, but also maybe a video screen capture, something that you record, showing them how to do exactly what you want them to do. And so that's always there. If that task gets assigned to a different person on your team, they still know how to do it because you put a video in there for them to do that. So how cool is that? You can do that with your tasks. And let me show you just creating a task and just the power and all the different things that we have with these tasks for you to do. So the first thing is you can create a custom task and just give it a title, my new task. Give it a description if you want, the start date and the due date, and you can associate it with a property or a contact and be able to have that linked up with it so the task has the link to the property that you are referring to. You can also put that YouTube URL in there. So if you record a screen capture showing how to do the task, you can upload that to YouTube and then put that YouTube URL so that it plays for whoever wants to see it when they're doing that task. You can then assign it to somebody on your team. I just have this one assigned to me. You can even make these repeating. So if you have a task that you're doing maybe every Monday or every Wednesday, or somebody on your team is doing, you can set that to repeat for you automatically so you don't have to keep creating the task and assigning it and doing that stuff. So how cool is that? Just set up that repeating stuff and have those tasks go out when you want them to go out. You can also mark them critical. So if you mark them critical, they show up in the task list in a different way to bubble up to the top so that those critical things that you really need done are up there at the top of that task list to get done. And then our dashboards have metrics showing you how many critical tasks have been completed late and so on and so forth. And we'll get another feature video showing the power of those dashboards. I can't wait to show that because they're amazing. They're awesome. It's really, it's what makes FlipPilot also a game changer. It's going to change everything for real estate investors. If you're assigning this task to other people on your team, you can specify whether they can reschedule, reassign, or cancel that task. So you give, when you're assigning that task, you want to make sure that maybe it doesn't get canceled. You can make sure that you allow or not allow canceling of that task so that you make sure it gets done. So I can go ahead and create this task, and then that's going to show up in my task list. If I want to create another one, let me show you the ability to use task templates. So just like in the feature video where we showed you FlipPilot allows you to do text templates and email templates, you can also create these task templates to be reused over and over. And so we've got all these default ones in the system, determine deal viability, all this kind of stuff. And you can choose one of these or create your own templates, and it'll have all the different title and description already set for you and associating with the property and what section of the property that task relates to, so that when that person clicks to do that task, it takes them right to the property and right to the section where they need to work and do that task. So how cool is that? They don't have to find where to go to in the system to do the work they need to do for that task. So we're saving you a lot of digging around the system and finding what you need to do. It's just right there with that link. And so that's just the power of these task templates. And you can imagine that the power of these task templates allows you to be able to set up workflows, okay? These automated workflows where these tasks automatically get assigned to different people on your team. And I'll be doing another feature video also showing you how to set those up to automate that, so that when you have leads coming into your system, those workflows automatically fire off those tasks to whoever needs to do them, the appropriate people on your team that you specify. So this system, I'm just showing you that FlipPilot has all of this from the get-go. When we launch FlipPilot, which is very soon, in fact, find out on Monday, make sure that you're in the FlipPilot Facebook group, it's going to have the power of this in there. You can create these custom tasks and assign them to people and create these workflows. We've got this all built out already. This isn't stuff that we're going to have 5 months from now, 6 months from now. It's already in FlipPilot. So I'm super excited about that. And you may have noticed this potential lead widget down here that's been down here the whole time. And I hope it grabbed your attention, because this is a huge part of FlipPilot as well. And it's how we handle calls and web leads that come into FlipPilot to make sure they're handled properly, okay? And the reason why I'm showing this at the end of this video is because other systems treat calls and stuff like that come in as a task. If they missed a call, it gets a task about this missed call. But that gets buried in your task list. And when we're spending, $100, $200, even $300 or more to get those phone calls to come into us, we need to treat them with urgency. And, that's like, if I'm working something else and I missed a call, I don't need to keep working on that task I was working on. I need to call that person back, that seller back. And so we treat those missed calls and web leads and stuff like that the way they should be, with the urgency. And so you see this potential lead bar with a missed call in it that we have to call back. I'm going to explain that again in a lot more detail in another feature video, because we've included phones and all the calling and all that stuff inside of FlipPilot. It's crazy, I know, but we did it. We wanted it. And it's super powerful. So I feel like I've shown a ton of stuff and teased you with a ton of stuff too on future feature videos. But make sure you're in the Facebook FlipPilot group for that announcement that we're going to make on Monday. So thanks a lot for watching again, and we'll talk to you later.